Hi, everybody. This is Corey Olson, president of Signum University, and I am here to walk you through our new registration process. So I know there has been a lot of interest in the registration process for the spring. We've changed our system, and I wanted to first just kind of explain what we're up to and why we changed the thing. Uh, Basically, the idea is we have a new integrated system. We've never had an integrated software system before. Signum has been kind of patching together, sort of repurposing and patching together different software structures for a while. And we have finally found Sycamore Campus, which is a wonderful new system which will enable us to create a native student record system, which is integrated with our course registration and our course learning areas and billing and a whole bunch of different things. Basically, we're going to be able to combine about 3 or 4 different systems which had never had any communication with each other before into this one system. So I know that this is going to be a little bit inconvenient in the short term to learn how to use this new system, and especially this semester as we're just rolling it out and still kind of ironing out the wrinkles. But I hope you'll be willing to bear with us and to help us to sort this all out, because it's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. So let me walk you through how this is going to work to sign up for our classes. Basically, the thing you need to know is there are 3 steps to registering for your courses for the spring. Step number 1 is you need to have a login to Sycamore Campus, to our Sycamore Campus installation. So until you have a login, you're not going to be able to do anything else. Second is registering for classes, of course, actually choosing your class and getting that into the system. And then third is confirmation and billing. And I'll walk you through all of this stuff. It's relatively simple, but I'll just show you how it works. So this journey begins, as do so many wonderful journeys, at the Signum University homepage. So here we are, and you will see this blog entry here, which explains a whole bunch of things. So click on this registration changes for spring 2017 blog entry, and you can read a full explanation about how to do this, including important links of what to do. So as I said, the very first step to registering for your spring classes is you need to create a login within our Sycamore Campus system. Now, there are 2 groups of people here. If you are a returning credit student, if you took in the fall 2016 semester, if you took a class for credit, either towards our MA program or towards one of our certificate programs, then you don't need to create a login. It has been done already. We have already entered you into the system. All you need to do is talk to your advisor, and your advisor will send you your login credentials, and you can get going right away. So no worries there. However, if you are a credit student who did not take a class in the fall, or if you're an auditor who wants to audit one of our classes in the spring, you need to create a login. Okay, so what you do, you can find that link very conveniently here on this page about registration changes. You scroll down and there it is, create new auditor profile in Sycamore Campus. So you click there. That will bring you to this page. So see, this is my little login here, my little fake student login. But of course, when you're logging in here when you're doing this for the first time, you have to click that you've read the contents of this message, which is not very substantial actually, and then you click New Applicant, and this will take you through and you fill this out. Now, this form is actually, as you can see up at the top, the online application. This is sort of, don't worry about that so much. It's not going to charge you a fee. You don't actually have to upload stuff. Like steps 3 and 4 are for like uploading essays and stuff. You don't need to do that. To create a login, all you need to do is step 1 and step 2. Okay, so fill out this stuff, click on step 2, fill out the step 2 stuff, and then you can skip steps 3 and 4. And you'll be complete. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Steps 1 and 2 of this form, you will have your login. So what will happen? This will submit your information into the system. You will then get an email from us, not instantly, but you'll get it within a day. You'll get an email from us that contains your login credentials. Okay, so a lot of the points of this require us to do something manually. So if you complete a process and you don't get instantaneous gratification, you kind of have to bear with us a little bit. So okay. So once you finish this, you'll get the email from us, as I said, with login credentials. All right. So that's the end of this first step. You will have either you're a credit student who is returning, who's been given login credentials by your advisor, or you are a new student who's filled this out and gotten the login credentials from us. So now what do? Okay, now the next step. With your login credentials in hand, you then fill out the registration form. The same email where you are sent your login credentials, either from your advisor or from our admin, you will get a link to register for spring courses. Okay, and that will take you to this very simple registration form. Okay, so you would come here, and now I'm entering here my login information that I received from our admin here, and I click login. Okay, and this lets me first, you'll see it repeats the information from the application that you already have filled out, so I can go through and confirm this. Yeah, that's right. I live in Bag End. That's correct. And then I go to step 2. Yeah, I prefer the name of Bingo. Who doesn't? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I go through and I just confirm all this stuff is correct, and I say, okay, fine. Now, next step. Here's the big one. And this is here it is, the massively complicated course registration process. And here are our courses. So these are the courses that we're offering for the spring. And I want to take the Old Norse class. I want to be a discussion auditor in the Old Norse class because Old Norse is awesome. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to hit enroll. Boom. That's it. Completed. Done. Okay, so that's finished. Now, I'm officially enrolled, but there's one more step. So remember, the first step was creating a login. The second step is registering for classes. I've now registered for classes. I'm in the Old Norse class. The last step, as I said at the beginning, is confirmation and billing. So here's how this is going to work. Now, the next thing you do is you log in to Sycamore. So here, when you log in to Sycamore campus, this is what it looks like. Okay, so here I am, and I want to confirm my enrollment level. Now, this is an extra step that I personally insisted that we add, and the reason for this is I want to make 100% sure that nobody gets a tuition bill that is inaccurate, right? I want to make sure that nobody gets a tuition bill for credit level when they actually only meant to be a discussion auditor or something. So I really insisted that we had a form where everybody can very clearly specify what level they want to enroll in their courses for, okay? So the first one, the registration form we just completed, puts you in the class. You're officially in there. Now we want to confirm that we're putting you in the right place and that we're billing you for the right thing. So what you do is you go to Info Center and then to Online Forms. And this gives you the class registration for spring link. So you click on that, and it gives you this really simple pop-up. You just type in your name. Hi, my name is Corey Olson, and then you said, okay, I was signing up for Introduction to Old Norse, and I totally want to sign up for that as a discussion auditor. Now, you'll notice that like the thesis classes aren't on here, and there's a good reason for that. It's because you can't audit the thesis class. Like that's only for people who are completing their degree program and are, of course, taking it for credit. So we don't need you to, if you signed up for your thesis, we know what you're talking about, and we don't need you to specify there. But for our other classes, we want to make sure that you specify. So, okay, so I'm saying definitely get me in there as a discussion auditor. I want to take part in the weekly discussions, even though I'm not taking the class for credit, because that's what's going to help me learn Old Norse. So there we are. So I'm going to submit that, and that's it. Done. Okay, now, once that's done, you will then receive a notification when your invoice is ready, when it's ready to time to pay your tuition. Now, again, this is another process, which is a manual process, not an automatic process. The reason for that is that this is what's going to enable us in the future, not in the spring 2017, but starting in the summer semester, we're going to be able to do some really cool things, like offer payment plans for our tuition, which we've never really been able to formally do before. So we're going to do that now. Starting in the summer, we'll be able to have, to send you options for, do you want to pay it all up front? Do you want to pay, in like, two or three installments between now and the start of the semester, whatever. So anyway, it's going to be, it's going to enable more flexibility for payment in the future, which I think is pretty cool. But anyway, when your invoice is ready, you'll receive a notification, and this is what you do. You go to My Campus, and then you go to Accounting down here. And boom, okay, there it is. So I've got a balance of $425, which is the tuition fee for discussion auditing. So there we go. All I have to do is click the PayPal button over here and I can pay it. This takes me, okay, yep, that's me again. I'm confirming and that the amount is correct. And there we go. It's on my student account. Okay, so I'm going to hit submit. There we go. And boom, there we are in the PayPal gateway, which enables you to pay. So if you have a PayPal account and you want to pay through that, you can just enter your PayPal login credentials here and log in and pay through PayPal. Or of course, you can click down here to pay with a debit or credit card independent of it. So you do not have to have a PayPal account in order to pay this. You can do it either way. So there you are. As you see, it takes all the major credit cards. So, and that's it. So that's all I have to do to pay my tuition. And then the entire process is done. That's the whole thing from beginning to end. I hope that this makes things a little bit clearer. If you have any questions or problems, please do send us an email. You can send us an email at info@signumuniversity.org. I know that sounds like a generic email address, but we'll get that right away. That'll come to me and to several other people. So we'll get you taken care of right away. Again, thanks for your patience and bearing with us and helping us to iron out this new system. And I certainly hope in the coming semesters you'll begin to see how much easier this is going to make some things as we move forward. So thanks very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the spring semester classes. Bye now.